Hey, it's Drybear. Today I'd like to answer a question that has a lot of confusion floating around and one that I get often every single day, and that is, how does the world boss schedule work and how do I make sure I'm getting all the value that I can out of world bosses? Now, the schedule for world bosses is variable. We haven't been able to completely lock it down yet, but as a community, we've been giving input and sharing our experiences with it. So today I'm going to share with you everything that I know about world bosses so that you can know it too. And if there's anything that I missed in this video, leave down in the comments because there is a slight variance / RNG to the schedule they have set and they haven't publicly shared it yet. But first, you should come hang out with me on my live stream. I'm live every single day on twitch.tv/Drybear. If you don't come hang out with me in the community, the next time you see Helltide on your map, you're gonna go to do it and realize there's only a couple minutes left. All right, let the brain dump begin for world bosses. First of all, to get access to world bosses, you need to complete the core campaign. Once you complete the core campaign, you will unlock world bosses and you'll have them show up on your map. You'll see these showing up and they show up like these. They can even be part of a tree of whispers, as you can see right here. This one will give me 5 Grim Favors when I get it. There are currently 3 world bosses in the game right now that you can take down. That is Ashava, Avarice, and the Wandering Death. You can tell which one it's going to be by the summoning effect that shows up when the boss is about to spawn. If, by chance, you see this whirling wind, this storm, this is going to be Wandering Death. If you see this goopy, Zerg-like portal, this gestation, then you know it's going to be Ashava the Pestilent. And if you see this lightning storm of yellow, golden lightning zapping in and coming in, then you know it's going to be Avarice. When the world boss is spawning, just get here before the spawn starts, or you can even come slightly after as well. You can kill the world boss, and for each world boss you kill that week, you will get a weekly bonus spoil. It seems from all experiences, from my experience, from everything I've seen and everyone I've talked to, this is a cache you get for each unique boss you kill that week, and it seems to reset every Thursday. So you get 1 cache for each of the world bosses, and it resets after that. You have the expiration date on here, the timing here. That seems to be the most accurate representation that I know of. However, if you have a different experience, let me know, because I'd love to get a final answer on this, short of Blizzard telling us exactly how this works. Each world boss encounter will be a separate instance with the people that you have around, and the max player count for that is 12. When the world boss spawns, you have 15 minutes to kill the world boss. If you don't kill it, the world boss will retreat and you won't get any loot. So you want to make sure that you get the max 12 players available and do your best to take down the world boss. Keep in mind that very recently, yesterday, they did a hotfix that increased the level of all the world bosses. And if you didn't know, in Diablo 4, level is everything. The level difference between you and the world boss changes everything. Any level differential between you and an enemy, the more differential you have will scale your damage done to the target down and will scale the damage that they do to you up. And so raising the level of the world bosses up has made a significant difference in their power. Once you defeat the world boss, it usually drops 1 to 2 legendary items, plus some resources and some yellows and some blues. However, if it is the first time that you've killed that specific world boss that week, it will also drop a grand cache. This is an item that you'll get in your inventory that has an increased item level since they got buffed up. But when you activate this, it'll drop new items on the ground that will be useful for you as well. So the optimal usage for this is to go and do every world boss that you can until you have done each one once that week before Thursday seems to be the way that it functions. As well as the schedule, it does seem like it sticks to 1 world boss for about 2 or 3 spawns, which means that for that day, it's going to be the same world boss over and over. So as long as you're doing the world boss every day, you should be able to cycle through all 3 of the current world bosses and get your loot from that process. So since the world bosses spawn about every 6 to 8 hours, it is variable. Every 6 hours, look for the world boss to spawn, kill it. Once you're done with Wandering Death, then make sure you kill Avarice, then make sure you killed Ashava for the loot bonus. An excellent site that I've been using that someone in my chat on Twitch mentioned is Diablo4.life with an F. They have trackers for world bosses, zone events like Legion events, and the Helltide, as well as showing with the Helltide locations for the mystery chests as well. And these are actually voted on. People will come and say, yes, I did find the chest here. No, I didn't. And it'll tell you exactly where the spawn locations are. This so far has been accurate for me. Again, it's variable, so these could be off, but it at least is a reference point for you to see when the next world boss is going to spawn. And again, as far as every experience that I've had over the last few months in Diablo, looking at the world bosses, killing the world bosses, and tracking it since launch, is that you just want to kill each of the world bosses every single day, or each of the world bosses once a week before Thursday, so that you can get your grand cash and your drop at loot to be able to build that. As it comes to mechanics, I do have a 2-minute guide on Ashava and his mechanics. Most of them amount to avoid getting killed by things, but if there's interest, I can do 2-minute guides on Avarice and Wandering Death as well. So if you'd like to see a kind of brief mechanics review for each of the world bosses I haven't covered yet, Avarice and Wandering Death, then let me know down in the comments or come by my live stream and let me know as well. But that's what you want to know about world bosses. This is a good activity. It's worth your time. Just make sure you're clearing them each week in order to get the fat loot that comes out of them, and you might get super lucky with what drops from that as well. Thanks for tuning in. If you saw value in the video, leave a like down below, leave a comment as well. It helps me out with the algorithm, and I'll see you on my live stream. If you enjoyed yourself today, leave a like down below. You can support me and my work on Patreon and view Patreon exclusive content, link in the description. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.